Right, we're going to now make a vegetable curry. It's very similar principle to what we've just done with the chicken curry, but obviously using vegetables. Again, any vegetables you would really like to put in. I'm just going to stick with potatoes, carrots, and I'm going to do egg as well. I have previously half-boiled the eggs. Put your eggs into a pan of boiling water, boil for about 10 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes, depending on how hard-boiled you like them. And then obviously very carefully put them into the sink, take the hot water out, run lots of cold water on them, shell them, and then you've got them ready to go in the curry. They go in the last little bit of the curry because obviously they're already cooked. So in the pan we have got onions and garlic as before. Now we're going to, potatoes I've already peeled, I'm just putting some water. So we're going to cut them first in half, and then we're going to do dice. We're not going to do massive dice, but we're not going to do too small because I don't want it to take too long to cook. There we go. So that sort of size is fine, and they don't take very long to cook then. Remember what we said about keeping your fingers behind the knife. Don't want any accidents. I think we'll do 2 potatoes. Again, 2 will probably feed 4 with the carrots and the eggs. But we're gonna, you can add as much as you want to this and however much you want. I won't do the third one, I don't think. So I'm just going to put those carefully into the onions. Carrots. Best way to cut the carrots is like that. And then again, same sort of way you've just done the potatoes. So you're getting little dice. Like I say, you can put anything in here if you want. We've got some mushrooms left over from lasagna, so we could always put mushrooms in as well. But the root vegetables seem to go better because they're more substantial. Just cut one more little one. Oops. In. Right, put those on the stove, and hopefully they will start to mix with the onions and the garlic. We're going to use the medium curry powder, good old Asda. I put a tablespoon in to start with. We're just going to sprinkle it over the vegetables. As I said to you before, it's difficult to know how hot you'll want it, so you have to taste it to see. It's always better to put less in, you can always add more. You can't take it out once it's in. Okay, so that's on there. Right, so just added tomato puree, last of the tomato puree. So we've done pretty well out of a tin of tomato puree. We've made a chicken curry, a vegetable curry, a lasagna and a bolognese. So I think we've done pretty well out of that. So I've just added the remainder of the tomato puree, and now I'm going to add the tomatoes. go over to the tap because we'll want a bit more stock to go in there. Bear in mind we've got potatoes and carrots, which normally you would boil. So, right, well, this will probably take about 20 minutes to cook because obviously it's potatoes and you want them to be nice and soft. So while the potatoes are cooking, we are going to do the rice. So, 1 pan of boiling, well, 1 pan of hot water. I always put hot water on, it saves it. Takes too long to boil otherwise. So a pan of water, salt, which is over here. So some salt in the pan. Don't need oil. So this is saying 70 grams of rice per person. A lot of them have, and they do on here, little marks on it. So it tells you approximately how many portions. So 1 serving is 70 grams. So you can see it's quite a lot to get out of a bag of rice. So we are going to do 2 portions of rice. And we're going to open it up. You'll need to wait, obviously, for the water to boil before we put the rice in. 140 grams. Right, keep stirring your curry as well. You don't want it to stick or spoil. Okay, carefully put the rice into the pan. This was a bit wet, the pan, so hence there's a bit of rice stuck. Right, there we go. Give it a little stir. And about 15-20 minutes or so. Once the potatoes have got to soft, basically, so you know that they're all right, you can run your knife through them and you know they're going to be all right. Then, very gently, I've cut the eggs in half. You don't have to do that, but I think it just makes it look nicer. And then you just gently pop them in there. So you've got a little bit of egg and vegetables in the curry. Just give it a couple of minutes to cook. And then the curry is done. Okay, rice has been cooking for about 18-20 minutes. It's the right consistency. You can see the grains are quite plump. Always worth just having a little taste, be careful. Yep, cooked lovely. So now I'm going to take it over to this sink. Very carefully. There. And then rub some water over it to get rid of all the... You see all the starch coming out of it, which you don't want, it's not very nice. And of course you've got to have naan bread. Put these in the oven and warm them for a couple of minutes. Looks like a little moomin mummin. There we go. I'm just going to put this there now. Just the curry up and then put the eggs on the top. There we go. A nice big bowl. Potato and egg curry.